Today is July 31st. And I think the Yankees played a game today. But that was on the back burner because it's a trade deadline day, of course. And set me up. You set me up for the pitch, only to intentionally walk me, didn't you, Yankees? Just to set me up. Oh, fuck, what a disappointment, Chris.
What a horrible ending.
Oh, God. We're going to talk about our feelings. We're going to talk about kind of break things down, kind of make sense of things like that. We're going to put our raw feelings out there. And we're going to sort it out. All right. So let's talk about it. All right, Chris?
Let's do it.
Whatever, I'm live.
You are live. I don't know why.
All right, what's going on, Pinstripe Strong Army? It's your boy, Joe's McFly, out here joined by my co-host,
Chris.
Name
you expect something else to come after that.
Every single time. It's like I'm getting used to one way, and then you just want to throw another curveball in there.
Oh, that should be the thing, that I just come up with different names and shit.
You know what? I'm getting disappointed a lot this year. Just a lot of subversion of my expectations. You know what? I think I should name the freaking subverting my expectations. Game of Thrones did this shit to me this year, where they subverted my expectations. I thought of something, and then they tried to, we're going to try to do this. And,
That's true.
And then now the trade deadline happens. But not all is bad. Because the Yankees still have a very good record and all of that, but people need to understand something about me, Chris. Like,
what's that?
Listen, let me be negative sometimes, B. Like, I
think there's no positive without negative. All right. I mean, isn't that what it is? Like, how can you know something is positive without negativity? And surely the Yankees made us believers of that.
And listen, so this is a couple of things that happen, okay? Just in case, the only way that you know about Yankee baseball is because somehow, some way you only listen to the podcast, which is fine if you guys are out there, you guys don't watch any games, and you guys just only listen to the podcast because you like Chris's voice. So
thank you.
So you know what? Trade deadline happened today. There was obvious disappointment. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into some news and notes. Of course, there's injuries. Yankees are starting to get hit by the injury bug once again, unfortunately. We're going to be turning the calendar right after today. So it's going to be August. All right. So after this is going to be a 2-month. The marathon starts to turn into a relay race, Chris. And time's getting closer now. This is all that you're going to be able. This is the team you're going to ride with. What the Yankees are banking on, whether they should be banking on this or not, the fear has come true that they kind of are. So we'll be talking about that. Oh, yeah, and there's a D-back series in there that we'll also talk about, of course. And for people that are with us right now on YouTube, after we talk the podcast and all that, we'll probably stay on for a couple of minutes and probably talk to you guys. If you guys don't know, make sure you guys follow me at Joe's McFly on YouTube. And then that's where we'll be able to get the content. I'm going to put up the video also because I'm going to edit the video for today's game and all that stuff. Put that up. That should be fun. And then, talk about what happened today. And then follow me at Joe's McFly on Twitter and Instagram also for my videos and all that update and good stuff. And follow Chris
McFly 28 on Twitter and IG.
You can follow him there, and then you can follow Pinstripe Strong also, as maybe we'll hire some intern to start putting up videos about the game and all that stuff, or somebody that would like to do that and being able to do that. But we'll see what happens, right?
Definitely.
Spoiler alert, guys. Yankees did not make any trades. I just want to throw that out there right now. I even took a nap before this to see if maybe my mood kind of subsides. It did a little bit, but I'm still angry, pissed off. So let's go ahead and do that there. So, all right. So, Chris, let me hear some of the updates because there's a lot of injury news and unfortunate circumstance with Voit now, and what's going on?
Yeah, apparently, like during the game, I guess he didn't stretch out fully, and something happened. They took him out the game. They had Gio playing first, and they were talking. Boone was saying that they want to see, what comes out, what comes back after the MRI and all of that, but ended up on the IO anyway. Sports hernia?
Sports hernia, yeah. They said that he may need surgery.
Yeah, he may need surgery. They're saying 6 weeks. Hale out of nowhere was on the IO as well. That was random. So they brought back. I forgot. I don't know how.
That's for his back, right? For his back.
Yeah, I think that's what it's for his back. So he's out now, along with Luke Voigt. They brought up Holder and what is it, Valerian Steel, something like that. So CC got a cortisone shot, so he's close to returning. DJ was obviously, everybody noticed DJ was not in the lineup today. He was still out, but could have pinch hit. Yankees wanted him to get the extra day off in between the off day.
Good job.
Yep, definitely. Let me see. Sanchez was actually doing some drills, running to first base, so that's pretty cool. And isn't August the Sanchez month?
So we need him back ASAP. Oh yeah. Didn't Ben Heller resume baseball activity?
Ben Heller resumed baseball activity. I did not get that actually. So that's pretty awesome that he's back, because he's coming back from Tommy John. They had to take him out from one of his appearances. So that's good to hear. Gardy might be activated Friday. And for those that don't know,
he was cleared. That was by Connor Foley that put that up.
Yes. And Loaizaga began his rehab. His line today, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 Ks, one wild pitch, and 1 hit by pitch. I think it was today or yesterday that he started. So he's going to come back as a reliever. So this is pretty good to see. And that's basically, in the midst of all that, the Yankees traded Joe Harvey for Alfredo Garcia.
Whatever the hell that means.
Yeah,
no trades happened, guys.
Basically, nothing happened.
I'll explain to you why that trade even happened, but
yeah, it had nothing to do with the current team, the current
ability. It had nothing to do with ability
at all. Yeah, it's
it's just about clearing a 40-man roster spot for somebody
because of the 60-day IL people right now. Slowly but surely returning. It was a disaster today with the whole trade deadline.
Okay, so that's it. You know what we're gonna do? I know that usually we do like the second half or whatever the show talking about the games. Let's just talk about the games, Chris, because I feel like the game's gonna lead us into the deadline and all of that stuff. So we might as well just go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Yankees, for some reason this year, while their record this year is a winning record against the National League, could not, for some reason, they just can't beat they couldn't beat the Diamondbacks this year. I don't know what was going on, but they just couldn't. This first game here, it was, we had Happ on the mound.
Happ versus Clark,
who I thought actually showed some improvement and did not pitch as bad, or it didn't pitch bad, actually. He gave you a quality start.
Yeah, there was a quality, nothing more that you could ask for from your fifth, or Happ has been pitching as like a 6 starter.
Yeah.
But he did very well. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks, and only 1 home run allowed.
Yes, and he was actually going against Clark, who, I mean, that the kid had what, a 5+ ERA. You're thinking maybe the Yankees don't do that, and how ironic. This series is a little ironic with the Yankees, right? So
I mean, it's not the first time the Yankees have issues with, because they never seen Clark before.
They never seen him.
So they always have an issue with pitchers they never seen before.
His curveball was nasty.
They couldn't pick it up at all. Judge couldn't pick it up at all.
Judge looks very lost at the plate at this current moment in time. Don't know what's going on there, but let's get to it, right? As we're going to go ahead and just talk about what happened here in this game. And welcome back, Adam Jones, as he scores the first run of the series. Well, doesn't score the first run, but he actually pushes across the first run of the series with the fly and one zip because top of the first inning. So all sorts of bad vibes happening because people were pissed off. And
there was a lot of, honestly, he wasn't even hit hard. There was a lot of doinks everywhere against Hap. The bases were loaded. So, coming off that inning, just one zip is actually a success.
Giving Hap some credit because he's been, he kind of rectified a lot of the issues that were very frustrating, especially very glaring in the last series against the Red Sox, with the other pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like he was a little bit better against this guy. These guys can hit, man.
They can. The short porch giveth, the short porch taketh. Nobody in the stadium thought that was going out. Christian Walker hit a home run.
That was a line drive. That was like on a line. I'm like, whoa, that shit got out. It just kind of zipped out.
It looked like it was going to be a double, like off the bat, and it just kept going. So
I'm not one to be talking about launch angles, but they even said that one's like a below average launch angle or whatever the hell that shit even means. Like it was a miracle that it got out, basically.
Yeah.
I think everybody was shocked at that point in time. Anyway, it is 2-0. That was in the fourth inning. So, I mean, Hav is giving the Yankees every opportunity to be able to do something, but they're not doing anything. They had, in the first inning, they had a 2-out walk by Encarnacion. Then Voit got hit by a pitch. So they had 2 on at that point in time, and then Didi lined out. In the second, Gio had a single, and then they did nothing in that inning because Gio got, he got thrown out at second, by the catcher. So nothing happened in that inning. Tachman struck out, by the way, in that inning. And then let's see, in the third, a walk by Judge and a single by Encarnacion, and then after that, Luke Voit struck out. So it's like,
it was just
every single time because somebody on the Yankees can't get that killer blow
at all. But Arizona was single by Ahmed. This is in the top of the fourth as well. Adam Jones scores, so that's 3-0.
Yeah.
Then in the fifth, Luke Voit swung, and you see him grimace, and you're already worried with all these injuries and everything happening throughout the season.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What?
I thought I said you seen Grimace.
No, you see him.
Thinking about Grimace from that character from McDonald's and shit.
Nah, so he's he was removed from the game, and Luke Voit was hit in the face with a baseball and stayed in the game. So him being removed, with something is bad. So sad to see. Bottom of the sixth, Judge reached to second base on an error, and then Encarnacion brought him home with a double.
Encarnacion actually had a good game this game.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been pretty good. He's been solid. Obviously he's going to be playing more first base now. So at that point in time, 3-1 Arizona, and then Carson Kelly in the seventh homer to make him 4-1. So and
he's supposed to be a good catcher too. Like he's supposed to be a really good catcher.
Yeah, Carson Kelly. So he's one of the good ones there. And with the way the bats were going, and it's like 4-1 felt like 10-1. Bottom of the eighth, I had no faith in Tyler Wade. I'm pretty sure no other Yankee fan. Maybe whoever likes the way he looks, have faith. I mean, listen, I had no faith, but he proved me wrong.
A lot of us wrong. And I hope he continues. I hope he's able to do something. But he hits a homer.
Mm-hmm.
That was second deck shot, right?
Yeah, it was up there. And you know what it is? Tyler Wade is one of the prospects, Joe, that you and I have been following since he was down there, and we've been hearing a lot about him. With his speed, And with what he can do with bunting and things like that, moving the running over, slapping singles here and there, I think he could be a great leadoff guy. But the thing is that he hasn't been hitting. It hasn't translated. So hopefully,
I don't have any energy to spend on Tyler Wade today.
Yeah, no, but we're only talking about it because he hit a homer in the bottom of the eighth to cut the Arizona's lead into half. But still,
Wade's World, part of time, excellent.
So hopefully he find, with the little time that he's gonna have here, hopefully he could find something and become a trading chip in the offseason.
I keep saying that shit. Trading chip.
Trading
chip, right? How ironic you say that. A trading chip. Why would we have a trading chip? We don't trade. We don't trade. Apparently we don't. Whatever.
Dropping seeds after this breakdown of the series.
Fucking shit. No, we want to hoard everybody because I don't know. I guess I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so at that point in time, sorry. At that point in time, that's all she wrote because Archie Bradley comes in and basically proceeds to shut down the Yankees. You know what I really like about Archie Bradley, though? That guy pitches really quick, man. That guy, he gets the ball, throws it, get the ball, throw it, get the ball, throw it. Like, he's trying to get out of there. I like that.
Yeah, he is. He's actually a reliever, a starter turned reliever, or failed starter turned reliever. He's
anyway. Yankees lose that game 4-2, carrying on game 2. And this game.
Yeah, you went to this game. You went to this game. You was there.
You know what? All right. First of all, I want to thank the people at Yes because they invited me out and all of that stuff later on, and I ended up going to the game. And yo, Chris, went out there. We ended up. It was real cool. We were in the Yes booth and all that. It was real cool. But my mind never left. My mind was never focused on what the hell they were even talking to me about or whatever. Of course, I was networking and doing all that stuff, but my mind wasn't really there. I was making my videos, but every single, my Twitter just kept refreshing it because it was trade deadline day, July 31st. And in case you guys don't know, July 31st is now the hard deadline day. So after this, you cannot make any trade. There is no August waiver trade deadline. No, there's none of that. You cannot do any of that. So this is it, right? And this is the team you're going to ride with, right? And we said in the last podcast or the podcast before, oh, you know what? Let's not get mad about what Cashman said, we could ride out with this team, whatever, because it's just posturing, right?
As a ninja.
It's just posturing, right? just posturing. But oh man. Anyway, in this game here, and I'm out there with Keith McPherson from Bronx Pinstripes crew. And we're watching this game, and it's pretty cool. But Yankees end up getting the scoring going first in the bottom of the second inning. And this game is Tanaka, guys. So we're going to expect some better pitching, right? Because ever since Herman kind of started the trend, we're going to get some much better pitching, right? Tanaka does pitch better. He has like a mixed result. Tanaka was like this day, right? He was like this day. It's like, he pitched well, but he wasn't there long enough where you love it enough where it's like, okay, I guess. What's Tanaka's line today? 4 innings pitched,
5 hits, 2 3 walks, 4 Ks.
3 walks concerning with Tanaka. He had an inning where he threw a lot of pitches, though. I think that tired him out.
Yeah, I think that was the 4th inning. That was his last inning. That was the one. I mean, he came in the 5th, but he didn't record an out. So the one that he threw a lot was the 4th, and he didn't allow a home run, which is
This is the game where Steve Donahue ran onto the field. If you guys don't know, that is the trainer ran onto the field for like everybody in the infield at least once. By the way, but Mike Tauchman gets the scoring started, a 2-run bomb. Let's go. The positive vibes are going. Scores Urshela and himself are
Talking
considered
sucks.
off of Zach Greinke. Zach Greinke.
Dropping
Mike,
seeds.
Mike Talkman fucking sucks. Let's go. 2-zip Yankees. Eduardo Escobar in the top of the 5th inning lined out to Cameron Maybin, and then
I hate that guy.
who? Eduardo Escobar?
It's like a tough
Was he in Minnesota?
Huh?
He was on Minnesota before, right?
Yeah, he was. He reminds me of Orlando Escobar, who was always like,
Oh yeah.
pesky. That guy's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Anyway, so at that point in time, it was a force out, and then Arizona is down 1 run. It is 2-1 New York. Then Jake Lamb, Jake Lamb out on a sacrifice fly to Aaron Hicks, and then Aaron Hicks just throws this into the other dugout because
What was that?
He must have found out, we're getting closer to the trade deadline, and the Yankees still did not acquire anybody, so he just wanted to hit somebody on the other team, on the Diamondbacks team. And anyway, 3-2 Arizona. At that point in time, 27 outs. Then there's a rain delay.
Like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, 30, 40 minutes. Like the skies opened up. It's like
Zeus was mad.
Yeah, Zeus was a Yankee fan, and he was angry. He was like, I think I looked up into the sky and I seen a cloud with an angry face on it, and he was just kept squeezing more and more water out. Like he just kept doing that. Anyway, by the time that the delay came back, Yankees did not trade for anybody, but they were ready to win. And
yep.
This to me, it kind of, until this comeback happened, like the game felt secondary to me because I was like kind of still numb. Like we really did not trade for anybody. Like we didn't do anything. Like the Yankees are really, and we'll get into that more right after we talk about this in this game, because this game almost feels secondary. The series almost feels secondary. All of this stuff almost feels secondary to what happened here in the trade deadline, and what didn't happen in the trade deadline.
I mean, we still had a hope because sometimes they submit trades and shit.
And so, we'll talk about that shit for them.
Yeah, like I mean, now before the whole us being down and the rain delay and all of that, when you mentioned Gene Donahue having to go out, Tanaka would have gotten out of that inning sooner. I mean, not Gio, but Didi.
Yeah.
So Didi, it was a grounder. Didi went to pick up the ball, and I don't know, he just missed it, and then he kind of jammed his wrist. So we all are basically holding our breaths, like, oh man. And you see Gene Donahue coming out, running to him, and he was fine. He stood in, and the reason why Tanaka was able to get out that inning is because Gio made a spectacular play at third.
He is a wizard. He had a wizard game. He had a couple in this game.
Yeah, he did.
That was really good. So definitely shout to Gio. As we have a wizard that plays third base.
Yes.
And now probably some first base.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gio. But Austin Romine with the coming up for Gary Sanchez. He always does this, man. I love this guy because he's just a gamer. Bottom 7 hits a 2-run homer to take the lead, 4-3 New York, and the Yankees would keep the lead. Bottom 8, Yankees add on to that lead as Didi grounds out to second baseman Ketel Marte, and then ends up.
It would have been a double play.
Yeah, it would have been a ball, but he bobbles the ball. That scores Aaron Judge, and they only got 1 out on that play. And then Gleyber Torres with a clutch double that he switches places with Encarnacion. Encarnacion ends up scoring there. 6-3 New York. Cameron Maybin then singles.
Love that. Other way.
Yeah, singles the other way. Cameron Maybin, love Cameron. We all love Cameron. He's a friend of the podcast. He just doesn't know it yet. 7-3.
He's a hugger too. He's a hugger.
Yeah. 7-3 Yankees scores Gleyber in that sense, and I think he got thrown out at second trying to steal.
Oh, I didn't see that. He did. I didn't see that part of the game.
I think he got thrown out at second.
What a silly. I hate outs on the bases.
Yeah, I do.
Philly outs.
My bad. Mike Tauchman struck out. They were trying to do a strike him out, throw.
Strike him out, throw him. Okay, gotcha.
But he just Mike Tauchman just struck out because
But some positive on Mike Tauchman before that Romine home run. He did hit a double to get that start.
He did hit a double. So Mike Tauchman, good job. Cashman comes in. No, my bad.
Dropping seeds.
My bad. Cortez Jr. comes in and then promptly allows a Tim LaCastro homer, making it 7-4.
2 pitches, man. His first career home run.
And then enter Aroldis Chapman. He would allow base runners on. A base runner even walked, and Peralta also doubled off of him to score Adam Jones, making it 7-5, where the scores would say Yankees win and finally win 7-5
against the Arizona Diamondbacks. 4 games, we got 1 win. At least they didn't sweep. But
all right, guys, let's talk about this deadline here.
Exactly.
The games, like I said, felt secondary. We, as Yankee fans, were promised something. And you know what? Cashman said a lot of things, this trade deadline felt different. He said a lot of things felt out of reach. He said, he said a lot of things felt out of reach. It felt harder to make a deal this time around. People were making outrageous quote unquote.
What?
Listen, Yankees had a deal. Apparently, Yankees, and there was some rumors going around. Apparently, Yankees were trying a whole bunch of different avenues to get a starter. Trying to get Robbie Ray, which a lot of people were shitting on. Now, I bet you that a lot of people that were shitting on that wish that they had him. But Robbie Ray, the Yankees nixed that deal because for some reason the Diamondbacks were like, hey, let's do this. I want some prospects here. So give me. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Clint Frazier from you. And we're also going to take Clark Schmidt and another prospect. Right. And Cashman said no. Right. Okay. All right. Fine. Right. Yankees didn't want to deal with the Blue Jays because the Blue Jays apparently wanted for Stroman. They wanted Gleyber Torres, and they didn't want to move off of that. I understand that. That's fine. And it's very difficult to deal with teams because people are having certain asks. Yankees checking on Bumgarner. San Francisco's like, what you offering? They're like in a situation where they're like, we don't need to sell, but I'll listen to you. And they're in that position. So you already know they're going to try to make the Yankees pay through the roof. Avenue's dead. The Mets, who traded for Stroman, we're talking to Cashman. All right, we'll flip you. Stroman, you give us Estevan Florial and Davy Garcia. Done. He was like, done, we'll do it. Cashman was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Right.
All right. I said, all right, whatever. So apparently Noah Syndergaard was never going to happen to the Yankees. You guys need to understand that.
Looks like Noah Syndergaard wasn't happening to anybody.
It was looking like, and the Yankees wanted to get, and they were inquiring about Ken Giles, who I personally don't like, but I mean, he's been having a great year. He's had the unfortunate thing of elbow thing going on.
Yeah, that's a scary thing.
It is a scary thing. And then Cashman was kind of going that way. The talks apparently got really serious, but then they kind of backed off because of,
was it on his pitching arm?
It was on his pitching arm.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
So they kind of said, no, let's not do it. So Ken Giles stays a Blue Jay. Bro. It looks like a lot of different avenues. I'm thinking, hey, maybe if the Yankees don't get a starter, they'll just get a reliever. Wrong. Wrong. We didn't do shit, bro. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. It is. Because this team has played to this capability, and I get it. The Yankees are, 29 games over 500 right now, right? Is it 29? 29 games over 500, first place right now. Oh, and, in this division, they're definitely going to go to the playoffs. They're definitely going to win the division. The Yankees' glaring need is pitching. The Yankees' glaring need last deadline was pitching, and we have done nothing to address this really.
The deadline before that, and
don't get me wrong. I understand that Cashman went out there and he got Paxton. He's underperformed. I understand that, and there's no way of really knowing that. That's on the player too, right? Or Larry or whatever, but it's on the player too, right, Chris? But it could be on the player, bro. Like, is their responsibility too?
Of course.
All that Larry could do is give suggestions, but if a fastball is requested up and in and you're throwing it down and away, that's kind of your fault. That's not Larry's fault.
That's the pitcher's fault.
Okay? And it happens a lot where missing spots or getting smacked and doing all that shit. That happens. And I get it. There's people, and I'm telling you, nothing like it kind of like pisses me off when I'm in a mental state where I'm like, I'm a little negative, and then it's like people are like, sometimes just let me vent, right? Like, just let me fucking vent, bro. Like, let me get it out there, because that's the only way I'm gonna get better, right? I don't give a shit. I never seen anybody rock a ring, get a ring that says best farm system in baseball. Thank you, Tom Verducci, for saying that.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay? I never seen that. Let us never lose the sight that the reason why you sign free agents, the reason why you develop a farm, the reason why you bring these kids up to the major leagues, the reason why you spend money, the reason why you have this, the reason why you're playing these games, the reason why you're trying to win the division, the reason why you're trying to do all of this shit is to win a fucking World Series. And when it almost feels like, and I get Boone is saying, look, I really have confidence. We have the World Series group here. It's ready here. It's not even there. So I don't even feel that's a lie, because it feels like the Yankees are also relying on Severino coming back, Loaizica coming back, Betances coming back, or whatever kind of things that they're going to get from them, right? This trade class was a little weird, right? Because of the teams trading, and maybe the Yankees didn't expect the prices to be this high, right?
Right.
But maybe this is a lesson to them that when you have an opportunity to sign somebody for just fucking money, just do it, because nobody wants to give you and help you out to get you a ring, bro. No other team wants to do that. And if you want to hoard your prospects, if you want to hold them in high regard, because you don't want to deal a Davy Garcia now, you don't want to deal Clark Schmidt now, you don't want to deal Estevan Florial now, you don't want to deal any of these guys, you only want to deal Clint Frazier. That's the only people that you're really, and we don't really know who the hell the Yankees are open to deal. But just because you're going to be doing that doesn't mean that the other team's going to make it easy for you to trade. And they're going to say, hey, we want this, this, and this, and this. Give us all that, and you get this middling level pitcher.
Yeah, it just almost felt like a monopoly, no? Like,
it's not a monopoly, because
meaning like
28 other.
Meaning not so much. When you go cable, for example, right? Like, when you're the only company that offers service, you could give that customer any freaking price you want. Like, hey, listen, you need TV, you need internet. I'm gonna give you whatever price that it's gonna take for you to get there. That's exactly what I'm gonna give you. There's no specials or nothing. The whole league knew the Yankees needed pitcher, so they're gonna be like, oh, okay. So we want this, we want that guy, we want this guy. It's not. I don't think it's not that they didn't want to trade Clark Schmidt. It's just that they wanted Frazier, Clark Schmidt, and they wanted other prospects on top of that. Like, yo, bro, we're not gonna give you that for Robbie Ray. I'll do that. I'll do that package for Stroman. Yeah, I'll do that package for Stroman, but I'm not gonna do it for Robbie Ray. And then the Mets talking about, oh, let me get Davy Garcia and Florio, basically our top two prospects. And yeah, Florio's having a down year, but I'm not gonna give that package for Stroman. I'll do that for Greinke, and maybe I'll add Clark Schmidt and everybody else for Greinke. Yeah. So I think it's just these guys basically going over the line, because I don't think that if Cashman did the due diligence to talk to everybody in the freaking league, and they wanted him to overpay for it, and it's because of the glaring need in starting pitching.
But you got to see that. You got to understand that the other teams are going to make you try to pay a Yankee tax, bro.
Exactly.
How do you not know this?
Exactly.
And
the Yankees set themselves up for failure, not going for it during the offseason when it was there just for money, just like you said.
And I hate to go back into because you can't rewrite history, right? So I hate going back and saying, oh, let's go back, because it makes no sense. It's just wasted effort and wasted energy. But when you had an opportunity to sign Patrick Corbin, you decided to pass on him and you sign Hap. Now, don't give me this shit, because now you're questioning my intelligence. Don't give me this shit that you're telling me, oh, well, we wouldn't have been able to sign a DJ LeMahieu, or we wouldn't have been able to sign a Ottavino or a Britton again. If, it's kind of, okay, if you want to look at it that way, sure. If you want, but how about we just don't spend $17 million on fucking Hap because we have Patrick Corbin? You're basically paying that difference this year in salary.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I look at it. It's like you could still sign those other guys. All you're doing is paying $5 million more on the Yankees, which is basically 5 times Kendrys Morales' contract. All right, let's get back to that. So I can't understand that. It just, to me, it's, I think the Yankees kind of like overplayed their hand. I think that they thought that it was going to be something else. I think it was going to be easier to acquire pitching. I think that they thought that maybe I think that midway through the season, they had a plan. I think that they thought that the Nationals were going to be worse than they were. They thought that the National League was going to be better, better than it is right now, so that not that many teams are in it. They thought it was going to be a little bit more top heavy. So they had their targets. They had Madison Bumgarner as a target. They did not expect this run that the Giants went on.
But the thing is that you can't go on that, because
I get it.
There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope on
it is
other shit working out and I'm pretty sure they didn't think Tanaka was going to be this bad, or Paxton was going to be this bad, or they thought Hap was going to continue his success from last year, going 11-0, was it 10-0, 11-0?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they thought Severino was going to take this long and have the setbacks. But then when you have, the confusion and the miscommunication with the medical, is like, all right, now everything is in your face. So let's see what they could do. And we hear Britton, with the Britton interview, saying, well, we faced. When he was in Baltimore, that he faced Detroit when they had who was it? David Price, Justin Verlander, and who else was it that was with them? It was I forgot the third pitcher, but basically a stacked starting pitching in the playoffs, and he's like, we sweat them. I'm like, all right, I mean, that's cool, but this is the Astros. Like I like that he's confident, but I don't know.
The starting rotation has been a problem for a while, and I get that there's more ways to skin a cat, like
Boone said.
Like Boone said. But the way that it looks like the Yankees put a real big premium. And you know what? We put a lot of emphasis on starting pitching. Us, meaning the fans, right? We put a lot of emphasis on starting pitching because it's like, oh shit, starting pitching is so important, and it's we know this. It looks like the Yankees put a very big premium on bullpen, right? Which is fine, right? But the problem is when you're doing the bullpen and you're not putting as much premium in starting pitching and all of that stuff, and you want to go extra big with the bullpen and do more bullpen, what happens is that you keep introducing independent variables. So more chances of another pitcher not having it that night versus a starting pitcher, one pitcher can correct himself. And I get it, the third time through the order, pitchers, they start to get hit a little bit more and all of that, right? And finding an ace is not easy. And I'm not saying that Corbin is an ace, but he's definitely pitching like a number 2, and he would be an ace on this team.
Yeah, right now.
And Keuchel, somebody that you could have had for just money. Okay, was he going to be that much better than some of these other guys? Of course, he has a 500 record right now, and or losing record. I'm not sure what his record. Last time I checked, it was a 500 record, and he had like a 3.50 ERA or whatever. But his fielder independent pitching was like 4.50, like something crazy like that. So, fine. You don't want to sign Keuchel. There's certain things you didn't like with the AL East and stuff like that with Keuchel. You thought he was going to get rocked. That's fair, right?
He's 3-4 with a 3.86 ERA, 49 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts with a WHIP of 1.33.
Yeah, and that's in the NL East, right? So I just look at it like if you have an opportunity to acquire these guys, and don't hug the prospects too much. And I get it. You don't want to overpay either and all of that stuff. I gave this example. If you're in the desert and there's only one stand selling you water, that guy could straight up be an asshole and sell you that bottle of water, that $1 bottle of water for $500.
Easy.
Like basically Yankee Stadium, right? So you buy a bottle of water at Yankee Stadium, almost feels like I'll never buy a bottle of water at Yankee Stadium. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
$6 for a bottle of water. Give me a break.
I'm good.
Just a little stadium hack for you guys. You guys could bring in bottles of water for free as long as they're close. So you can bring in as many as like 7 or whatever, as many as you want. You could bring in, and no problem. So you don't have to do that. But, it's a glaring need. The starting pitching is a glaring need. I think that you still need starting pitching. I hope the Yankees do learn from this. I hope everything works out the way that it's supposed to, because this is not going to make me freaking stop rooting for the Yankees. I'm not saying the season's over. I'm not saying any of this stuff, even though, some people were saying it. Because at 4 o'clock, we're still waiting for all of these things to roll in. Molly Knight sends a tweet, and she says, you guys will not believe the tweet that I just saw. This will shake up the internet. And I'm like, what the hell? Who is she talking about? Because Molly Knight, she works for The Athletic. I was like, okay. What is it, like 4:15?
Mm-hmm.
4:15?
4:15.
Ken Rosenthal. Zach Greinke to the Astros. What? Zach Greinke to the fucking Astros? What the hell? What the hell? See, I was in a different, and I'll tell you guys something right now. Me and probably every other Yankee fan was in a different frame of mind when you were looking at your feed, when you were getting the news, and you see that the Astros, the Twins, the Red Sox, and the Yankees did not do anything. You're thinking, okay, everybody just stand pat, right? Nobody just did anything. We all stood pat. And then you see the Astros acquire Aaron Sanchez. I was like, all right, whatever. It's just Aaron Sanchez. Marty Maldonado. Like, real quick, all of these deals just start coming through, Chris. Marty Maldonado for defense.
Maldonado was first.
Yes.
Then it was Biagini.
Yes. Oh, Biagini. Yes, Biagini. Okay.
And said, Aaron Sanchez is moving too, but you didn't know the team.
Yeah, and then it ended up being the Astros.
And then right up, Zach Greinke.
Yeah, then Zach Greinke. That shit shook me. And guys, I don't think, and I know that I said this before, that I wanted Zach Greinke on the Yankees. He probably wasn't going to come because he's on the Yankees. The Yankees are on his no trade list. Of course, you could always ask to waive no trade, but he's not a New York guy. Like,
yeah, he wasn't going to come.
Astros were not on his no trade list. So the Astros gave up a haul to get him, and they gave up so much in prospects that they actually got the Diamondbacks to give them money for Greinke.
Yeah,
the Diamondbacks are
mil.
paying $25 million of his remaining salary. That's 2.5 years of Zach Greinke they're going to be getting. So now they have, for this season at least, a triumvirate of Cole, Verlander, Zach Greinke, and also, Wade Miley, who's actually not even that bad this year.
Wade Miley.
And then Aaron Sanchez to round out the rotation.
I think he's probably going to come out the bullpen.
I don't know who their fifth starter would be. But for the Astros, who already have starting pitching, to go out there and you see them, and they're a very analytically driven team also, and to put that kind of premium on pitching and go for it, that's what I want the fucking Yankees to do, man.
Yeah, that's what was it the owner or the general manager that said something like that? Like, yeah, we're close and we're going to go for it.
That's what it should be.
So,
shouldn't be, because this window's not going to be here forever.
Exactly.
There's injuries that happen. You don't know. There's youth. There's free agents. Shit happens, bro. Like the Yankees this season are having a magical season, and they, something, even if it was like an underlining move where it's like maybe a smaller type of pitcher that they're acquiring that's not, maybe people are not too excited about. And for all we know, Davey Garcia can come up and he could shut shit down. For all we know, maybe Severino's exactly who he is, and that's it. And we'll be praising the Yankees come October for standing pat. And next year, in the free agent class, they better sign Cole. No matter what happens this year, if it takes just money, with the money you saved and doing all that shit, sign Cole.
And I think that's why the reason as to, obviously, for this season and to win the World Series, to go for it all. But I think that the Houston Astros understand that they probably won't be signing Cole next season. So they wanted to, they got a great backup in Greinke. A 1-2 punch of Justin Verlander and Zach Greinke, it's definitely not a bad thing. But yeah, the Yankees, as soon as the final out is caught in the World Series, Cashman better be on a plane to meet Garrett Cole.
Illegally. He better be on the plane illegally talking to Cole already and his agent, because I think they give him like a time or whatever exclusive negotiating period with the old team.
Yeah, with the Astros.
So illegally, I want him to treat him the way that they treated CC. That's how I want them to treat Garrett Cole.
I better see that notification.
But that's it. We're gonna talk about this year. And the Yankees, you know what? At the end of the day, we got to get everybody healthy. Got to get Giancarlo back. Got to get Gary Sanchez back. Got to get all, because at the end of the day, those pitchers have to go through that lineup. They have to go through that gauntlet of a lineup regardless. Okay? The Astros are looking good right now. All right? Let's not sugarcoat that. Right now, they're the odds-on favorite in Vegas to be to win the World Series.
Mm-hmm. They're saying Dodgers, Houston World Series.
Yeah, and of course they're gonna say that. This just happened. But a lot of things can change quick. We've seen injuries happen to the Yankees. Injuries can happen to anybody else, of course. But like I said, I think the Yankees expected the sellers there to be a lot more sellers, especially in the National League this year. Looking at the landscape coming into this year, you know what, they were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because not the Dodgers, the Nationals are not sellers. Which they could have gotten a starting pitcher from. The Giants are not sellers, and those are people that they were targeting. So that's it. And no trade deadline now. Now let's hope Betances comes back. It's himself. Because this is going to fall on Cashman at the end of the day, because he make the decision.
The Yankees don't win the World Series. It's going to be.
If the Yankees fail in October again because of starting pitching,
yeah.
Because for all we know, our pitching staff can get hot again, right? and we can get into October and just roll teams with the starting lineup or whatever, and then you just lose because of baseball. But if we lose because of starting pitching again, and I don't know why they thought the strategy, and there were other guys out there, Chris, Charlie Morton.
Yeah, Charlie Morton was a free agent. Yep.
Yeah, there were a lot of free agents out there that, that were not like, and of course, you're gonna go with CC, you're gonna go with Paxton was the question. There were a lot of question marks in the rotation because you remember we were talking about that early in the season, probably in the first couple of podcasts. But that's it, man.
I think
they missed on Trevor Bauer, man.
Yeah. Trevor Bauer, they got beat by Cincinnati Reds.
So the teams all right, guys, listen. The Mets, the
Cincinnati Reds,
and even the freaking Diamondbacks acquired starting pitching before the Yankees did. All of them acquired starting pitching. The Yankees did not.
Tampa too. They got Trevor Richards from the Marlins.
Here we go. So
Tampa revamped their team like they bolstered their team like crazy as well. They got Jesus Aguilar.
Guys, the sellers outbid the Yankees.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. But I mean, people were
fuck the Mets, man.
Fuck the Mets, bro. But
it's so horrible, man. How you go like, we're gonna trade Syndergaard, we're gonna trade this other guy, what's his name, the guy from the Giants? The other pitcher.
Wheeler?
Yeah, they'll say,
I don't know how they didn't trade Wheeler.
They were going to trade Wheeler. They were going to trade Syndergaard, and then hey, you know what? Nah, we're just going to trade for this guy, Stroman, and it's bullshit because Toronto, as they should, because they are in the division, they asked for Glaber, like you said earlier, and then they take Anthony Kay or whatever from the Mets. Whatever, man. The whole deadline was weird.
It was weird. And I don't know if this is like, is this as good for baseball really? Because it was pretty dull until that Greinke trade. This whole thing, this whole notion, the second wild card is kind of fucking everything up, bro. It really is.
Yeah, it's a combination of a couple things. Because the thing is, if you're gonna add a second wild card, they shouldn't make the deadline in July.
Thank you. Like, if you're gonna
makes no sense because
if you're gonna have a fucking deadline of July 31st, 3/4 of the league is still in it because of the second wild card.
It just makes no sense.
Extend it out to mid-August.
Yeah,
make that the time, and then watch. You're gonna see a lot of teams that did not sell regret that they didn't sell.
Exactly,
and you're gonna see them freaking sell, basically regret it, like the fucking Giants. The Giants are not a good team.
The Giants are gonna regret that. They're gonna regret and that little streak that they're going on, hype them up. Oh, nah, we're gonna be buyers. All right,
that's a mistake.
Yeah, it's gonna be the second week of August, towards the end of August, and you're gonna be like 10 games out of the wild card, the second wild card, that is. And you're going to regret not trading Bumgarner because I'm pretty sure we were offering a nice pack for Bumgarner, even though he's going to be a free agent after this year.
MLB needs to push that date back.
They have to.
If they're going to have a second wild card, then you need to at least push it to either August 10th, August 15th. You need to do something like that, right? Because there's just too many undecided teams that didn't want to trade at the deadline, which is kind of bogging down the market. And then now you don't even have waiver trades now in August. So everything is what it is at that point in time.
Yeah, because you got the Mets believing they can, you got the Giants believing they can. I mean, you got Cincinnati hyped up.
Listen, the fact that the Mets were willing to offer Stroman to the Yankees when just acquiring him makes you think, hey, if these guys are not in it 2 weeks later, maybe 2 starts into Stroman's career with the Mets, they would reflip him to the Yankees or somewhere else, right?
Right.
Just the very fact of that. I don't know.
Overall, stupid.
A fight happened in Cincinnati. John Boy did a phenomenal breakdown.
That was great.
That was he does good
He did like
breakdowns,
4 videos,
and it almost feels like you're not like you're kind of you're putting down the other work by saying this is his best. Like this was his best breakdown. If you guys have not checked that out, make sure you guys check that out, where he broke down Cincinnati and Pittsburgh fighting. That shit was epic. That shit was funny. It was perfect.
Yeah, it was so. And the thing is that it was one of his. I'm pretty sure for him it was one of his toughest because there was so many things.
So many things happened. Yeah, so many things happened.
Yeah, like the managers and everybody. I mean, the one that really stood out to me was the whole Chris Archer breakdown.
You gotta feel bad for Chris Archer. Gotta feel bad.
Archer went with the white flag, like, "Hey, no, guys, come on!" And then he just ended up like getting like trampled on the left.
And he got pushed.
Awesome. Yeah, he got pushed by.
And then he got bitched by Sonny Gray. It's like,
Sonny Gray, like, hey, man, fuck Larry Rothschild.
Yeah, and then so is that, and then Amir Garrett's a beast, bro. That guy's
that guy had no fear.
No fear at all.
Weakness.
The way he broke it down, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna go fight him." The freaking coach is like, "All right." He just patted him on the ass. Go do you, man. He went out there.
He said he was like, "You."
Yeah, he went 1 on 25. He said, "Let's go."
Yeah,
and he says, "I'll do this."
Yeah,
that shit got me hype. I'm not gonna lie, that shit got me hype.
He was like, "You."
It made me want to fight Ken Rosenthal's tweet.
the Zach Greinke tweet.
Yes, the Zach Greinke tweet.
You said I want to fight this tweet.
I do. I want to. Yo, if I could like fight that tweet, like I would, like actually fist fight it, bro.
So just get a messed up phone, send a screenshot to that phone, and then just fight it. Get a hammer and just destroy it.
Fuck.
Now,
fuck the Astros, man. But you know what? That's what you do. You go for the jugular, man. They went for the jugular.
Can't hate on that. Yeah, you can't hate on. I mean, you know what it is.
How about them looking at the game like, yo, this guy's really like killing the Yankees right now, isn't he? Just bring that motherfucker aboard, man. Let's go.
Let's put in a call.
You're like, how much? How much? Nah, you know what? The Diamondbacks are like, oh, you guys are calling me about Greinke? Are we on his no trade list? Well, no, but all right. Well, what you talking? You know what? We ain't got too much time. We got like 5 minutes left in this shit. I'm gonna give you my number 3, number 4. I don't even know their fucking names. Just pick them out of a hat. Yo, give me Greinke.
Bro, they kept Kyle Tucker.
And they kept Kyle Tucker.
And Forrest Whitley.
Well, I mean,
bro, like what?
But they're still stacked. Like their farm is still
stacked. But what I'm saying is like they still kept, because the thing is, oh my god, man, and they got 25 mil, which is crazy. They kept Kyle Tucker, they kept Whitley, I think that's his name, and they got 25 mil from the Diamondbacks. So that means that if they wanted to get like Bumgarner, they could have too. Well,
the thing is that they did trade 3 out of their top 10, I believe.
I understand that, but they still kept, you know what I mean, like. I mean,
they give up a lot.
I understand, but they got Greinke, you know, and then you have the Mets asking for, you know, these guys.
Too much of a balance, kind of.
And I know they rated higher than a Davy Garcia or, you know, a Florial, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't do that for a Stroman. I'll do one of them. I'll do maybe one of them.
There's a fine line between being fleeced, being aggressive, and like hoarding your prospects, right? So I don't know where that was for the Yankees, but you know, there has to be a place where you could just be like, guys, let's just go for it, you know, like, because this whole next year stuff is not gonna work. But anyway, guys, that's all that we're gonna say on it. I think I made my things clear. I still think that the Yankees can win the World Series and will win the World Series, of course, because these guys are going to come back and we're still going to kill. And I still do feel like it's our year. So don't get me wrong. I'm still frustrated that we did not add a glaring need like a starting pitcher, because it just improves your chances if you do add something like that. We've seen in the last couple of deadlines, people that acquired something midway that helps them later on in October. Where last year the Red Sox acquire Pierce, and they also these are like subtle moves, and they also acquire Nate Eovaldi. Those guys are huge reasons why they won the World Series. The Astros the year before acquired Verlander. That was the reason why they won the World Series over the Yankees. I'm going to say over the Yankees because the Dodgers like didn't even freaking count. The World Series was in the ALCS that year.
Right.
And, you know, it just on and on, it just continues to happen. 2016 was that the Cubs, and the Cubs acquired Aroldis Chapman, they acquired
and they gave us Torres.
Yes, and they gave us Gleyber Torres. But they, you know, sometimes you gotta pay, bro. You gotta pay. It is what it is. They paid. They paid Gleyber Torres price for a championship, basically. So it's basically the way to be able to do it, man. And that's it. Make sure you guys leave a 5-star review. I don't know if there's anything else.
You want to do the you trash and the
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah. We gotta talk about that.
Well, you go first for the pinstripe performer
of the series. All right, I'm gonna give it to Mike Tauchman because first of all, in the whole month, Mike Tauchman has been nasty. In this series itself, he was the reason why we won the game. Part of the reason, the way that he started it, so that we're not deep in a hole against somebody like a Zach Greinke. Exactly. So hey, maybe he may come up in October. It might do the same, right?
Let's see. Yeah, man. At least we know that he could hit Zach Greinke. And Katie Sharp, the Khaleesi of stats, put that Tauchman in July, 423 batting average with a slugging of 750. The only other Yankees in the last 30 years with at least 420 batting average and a 700 slugging in any calendar month. Bernie Williams in 01. Joe says this doesn't count because it wasn't a strike year, but
no, it does.
Paul O'Neill in April 94, and the last Yankee to do it in July was Joe DiMaggio. Joe and Joe. I am going to go with Austin Romine. Listen, man, it's not easy to pick up, right? You know, after Sanchez, obviously Sanchez going on in the IL, but he's been doing great. Well, very good so far. Mm-hmm. You know, he gave us the lead with his home run after the rain delay. Yep. You know, I got to give it to Romine. He's holding it down with the pitching staff as well. So that's my pinstripe performer. Now, you know what we going for now?
Who is the you
trash?
Hey.
My you trash, because you know we are home. My you trash is Aaron Hicks. This is not your first you trash, my good sir. You went 0 for 8 with 4 Ks. I think you left 2 on base too. I mean, it's a short series. I mean, I don't know if the trade deadline situation was bothering Hicks. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, 0 for 8 didn't really do much. So yeah, hopefully he gets better. Especially we need him for this Boston series because we're trying to take 3 out of 4.
Damn it!
So, who you got? You had it.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, eesh, damn, no hits at all.
All right, we'll give it to Didi. He went 0 for the series also, no hits. He had a walk, it's RBI also. So I think that was he had a walk and an RBI. I think that was the ground out or whatever. But
he's gonna give it a Judge.
He had 2 walks in the series. Could have given Judge looks. You know what? Jeez, I'm gonna.
You already said Didi.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll give it a Didi. Judge, you're not getting a pass next series, bro. Get your shit together. Let's go.
They give it to him though in the Boston series though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for me. So let's see. So let's do this, man. Let's continue on with the who's your player to look for the next series? You got the Red Sox coming in for 4. You got an off day tomorrow. Red Sox coming in for 4 in 3 days.
Yes. Player to look for. Wow. Let me see.
By the way, you trash, son.
You
All right, go ahead.
B. You know what? I my pick last time was Judge. I don't think did we do one last podcast? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't do it last podcast.
But the previous podcast I picked
We did,
Judge.
we did.
He let me down horribly.
So you going with Judge?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Judge again. I don't know. I just he had a hit. He had one hit finally today. So I think that's something. You know, some good stuff coming up right now, and especially right now, and then against the Red Sox at home. So my pick is Judge, player to look, Pinstripe Strong, player to look for.
I'm going with Gleyber Torres.
That's good.
So we'll go with him because I just think that he's going to make an impact in this series against the Red Sox. And can we bring up Clint fucking Frazier, please? If you're going to have Luke Voigt on the IL and you're going to put, Encarnacion at first, just make the kid DH, man. Like, I just feel like we're wasting his talent down in AAA. He's a major league hitter. Maybe he's not a fielder or whatever, but just put him in there, man. Like, seriously, I understand how, roster construction and you don't want to have three guys out there, I guess on the bench that play outfield or whatever it is, but
well, they got Gardy coming back.
Yeah, I probably got Gardy coming back.
Yeah, they got Gardy coming back. So the Friday, so I think they're gonna just use that spot.
But just put him as a DH.
Put him as a DH. Yeah, put him. We could use his bat right now with this.
Come on. Give me, especially all of these lefties coming into Yankee Stadium right now. You probably got Chris Sale again. You're probably gonna see Erod. You're probably gonna see some of these other guys. David Price, we may see. I don't know if David Price we might see, but David Price we may see, and if we see him, like, don't you want to have as many lefties? We already don't have as many righties as possible. We already don't have Gary in the lineup, so bring him up, man. Come on, let's go. Bring up Clint. He already had a funny ass tweet where he put that Woody tweet, after the trade deadline, and he didn't get traded, and he's like,
funny ass joke.
Yeah, funny ass joke.
We got a double header too. Yeah,
double header on Saturday.
Actually, hey, the 26th man. Hey, could be Frazier.
It's gonna be a pitcher.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pitcher.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the last day that we're gonna be able to do this on Google Hangouts. So you gotta say goodbye to this. We're gonna start a new way, but follow me and Chris on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me at Joe's McFly. Follow Chris at
Chris McFly 28 on all platforms.
Follow Chris Savage on there. You can follow me on Twitch also for whenever I do my gaming at Joe's McFly. I'm gonna do some like MLB stuff on there too, like MLB The Show, where I'm gonna be playing with people. So you guys follow me on there.
Red Sox
the Red Sox. What I told you, Red Sox gonna lose. So guys, the Red Sox just lost. It's like that whole weekend series never happened, Chris.
It never happened.
It's like it never happened.
Seriously, never happened.
Let's go. Now, can we get back to burying the Red Sox this weekend? Can we do that? Got a day off this time. They don't.
Yep.
Or do they? I don't know. But
let's see.
Whatever. Anyway, guys, like I always say, make sure you guys keep your pinstripes on. Stay pinstripe strong. Tell them no.
They play tomorrow.
Oh, great. That is fabulous. Fabulous. Yes, the Red Sox gave up, Chris. You know what they said? Dave Dombrowski was like, well, maybe if we were a little closer, I'd go for something, but make no sense. Make no sense now.
I'm alone the bear.
It don't make no sense for us to go for anybody because we suck.
So the Red Sox go against and Roger Clemens, a.k.a. Andrew Kashner, pitches tomorrow. So we don't get to see him. So that's good. So I think David Price is going to be Sales, probably going to be Price. We get to see those guys.
Well,
Pinstripe Strong Army, how are you doing?
Yo espero, ¿y los pitchers pa' cuándo? ¿Pa' nunca? Maybe if Never mind. I was about to say a really corny ass joke. Forget it. I'm glad I thought about it and I did not say it. I'm really glad that because now I'm kind of re-saying it in my head, and that shit is corny.
See, now you got to say it.
No, I'm not saying that shit.
You got to say it, but like not say it.
Like say it like in a way like
yeah,
right.
like in a way like yeah.
Nah, all right. So I was gonna say something like, well, Jennifer Lopez had to make a song of "Y el anillo pa' cuando" just to get A-Rod to basically give her a ring.
God.
So maybe the Yankees.
So that car he gave her for her birthday.
Yeah, I was watching Jesus Zamero though. He's like, oh, that's rich people gifts. He's like that's like, oh shit, I forgot it's her birthday or something, and he's like, Porsche.
That's exactly what it was. Not, but it was cool because she was like, you gave me, because she said she hasn't driven in like 25 years, and she was like, you gave me my independence back because now she gets to drive herself around.
That shit's gonna be parked up, bro.
Nah,
listen, if I was rich, Chris, I wouldn't drive.
I wouldn't drive either.
I don't like driving. I don't.
I wouldn't drive.
I don't like it. That shit is annoying. It's stressful. There's people trying to cut you off. I want to text and talk to people and like play PlayStation.
What type of car will you get? Will you get like a Maybach? Will you get like a big ass truck?
If I was rich,
yeah.
If somebody's driving me around, I'll be in.
But you got the Bentley.
I'll probably be in no, not a Bentley. I feel like a flying spur. I don't know. It's a ghost.
So like your own dragon. Khaleesi. Jolisi.
My man said a dragon. Damn, everybody added at at least Minnesota didn't add. That's unfortunate for them.
Cool.
Minnesota didn't add a starter.
But they did make a move, though, I think.
What move they made?
What
move they made?
I don't know.
I was afraid that they were going to get like a Shane Green, that they were going to get Ken Giles, that they were going to, because their bullpen was a problem.
Cleveland.
No, Cleveland got more better. Cleveland's going to win the Central.
Oh, yeah, there's over. I mean, the thing is, the only thing that the Minnesota got going right now is Berrios and their homers. We haven't faced Berrios this year.
Listen, it's going to be Minnesota and the A's in the wild card.
Minnesota and the A's are going to win.
By default. I hope not.
By default. Why? Because they got Tanner Rourke.
No, because they're all the way in the West Coast, bro. I don't want to freaking have them go all the way, have the Yankees go all the way West Coast to go face them and shit.
Bro, but the thing is that in the one game playoff,
and it's the Twins.
The one game playoff though, they're scrappy.
It's a battle of the teams that have lost to the Yankees in the one game playoff.
Yeah.
So
that is true. And look, this guy.
Guys, are you guys pissed that the Yankees did not make a move? Thank you so much, Henry Rodriguez, for subscribing to the channel. You subscribed.
Let's go.
You subscribe.
Why Lane is so tight?
Who?
Lane Kerner. F the Yankees this year. Why, man? Yeah, I seen people jump other to other teams' bandwagons and say F the Yankees.
Yeah, Steven Pizarro's.
I'm like, why? Like, what is going on over here, B? Like, I mean, we're not 10 games up right now. Like, we're not in first still. Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, people got to relax. People got to relax.
Cashman ain't always suck, man. That's not true. Come on, Michael.
There's things you do, and apparently Michael King might also be a factor this season.
No, actually, I heard that he's gonna stay in Double A all season. All season, all of it. Michael King might be a factor next season. I might send him to the Arizona League.
Why aren't the Yankees willing to trade Clark Schmidt? Didn't he just come off of like Tommy John?
Joe, they wanted Frazier and Clark Schmidt.
All right, so what?
It wasn't just for Robbie Ray.
Frazier's got no spot on this team.
For Robbie Ray.
Okay, let me spell it out again. Frazier's got no spot on this team. Clark Schmidt just finished coming off with Tommy John surgery. Why not?
I understand, but not for
what
Robbie
else are they
Ray.
asking for?
Not for Robbie Ray.
I'm just wondering why not.
What is, bro? Like not for Frazier, who you know is gonna kill. He's killing right now in Triple A.
Man, he's also gonna kill you defensively.
I understand that, but I don't know, man.
I just think that we can't overvalue some people. Like it is what it is. He's gonna kill defense. He's going to the National League.
But I feel like we have a Robbie Ray now in Paxton.
We have a Robbie Ray now
in Paxton. Like we need somebody that's gonna take us over the top. Like I don't want the Yankees to just make a move because the fans are fucking tight. These motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the fans. They give a fuck about, all right, we need to put the best shit available right now on the field.
If they didn't care about the fans, then they wouldn't work to improve the team.
No, but what I mean is that they're not gonna make a move just to make a move to please the fans. That's what I mean. I need to word that. I need to fix that wording. So it's not that they don't care. It's just that, listen, we're not just gonna make a move just to make a move. Hey, let's just get Robbie Ray.
You know what he does that Paxton doesn't? He stays healthy.
That's true.
You know what he does? Well, he eats up innings, bro. 129 innings already. So how much Paxton got?
Paxton got like 50.
No way. No way.
No, I'm just kidding.
Paxton who's been a disappointment in every way, shape, or form. Paxton has 89 innings.
89 innings. What is Robbie Ray's last 7 starts look like, or last 5 starts, or 3 starts, whatever it is?
His last 3 starts. 6 innings pitch. Wait.
Last 7 starts.
You want to do last 7?
Last 7, Robbie Ray is 4-3 with a 3.98 ERA. 40 innings pitched, 35 hits, 18 earned, 15 walks, 58 Ks. So
in July, in July, he's pitched 30 1/3 innings pitch, 25 hits, 12 runs, 11 of them earned.
And most likely some of those games he was subbed out because of pitching.
9 walks. That's a 3.26 ERA.
Yeah, and most likely some of those games he was subbed or replaced, for a hitter because the pitching spot came up.
The whole month. Actually, if you go all the way back to June 3rd, like that start, 6 innings, like from today to July 28th, 6 innings, July 22nd, 6 innings, July 17th, 6 innings, July 12th, 6 1/3, July 6th, 6 innings, July 30th, he had 4 innings, July 25th, 6 1/3, July 20th, 6 innings, July 14th, 6 innings, July 9th, 6 2/3, June 3rd, 7 innings. I mean,
okay. Hey, listen, I don't mind being wrong, but if he would have worked out, the Yankees should have gone and made that move. But
Joe,
very different. Two leagues, 2 different leagues, very different.
Joe, are you still upset that we missed on Machado and Harper, or are you completely over? Oh no, I'm over that, and they're not even performing like Yankees made up with Gio Urshela and DJ LeMahieu. Like those two are not outperforming those two. So I'm really good with what we have offensively. Not defensively also, and they're not spending that much money, but the money that they're kind of saving there, let's
get some pitching.
Fucking Jacoby Ellsbury contract, man.
It always goes back to that, huh?
Of course, it always goes back to that. It's ridiculous. Damn, man. I can't believe we really thought happened. CC was gonna work.
CC, well, that's it. You know what? We got Hap, we got CC. We are winning it all.
Yeah.
CC is good for at least 3 to 4 IL stints. And Hap is what, 37?
Agree.
36, 37.
They gave Hap a 3-year deal, right?
Ooh. I think he has a team. I think it's a team option or a player option for a third, but they only gave him a 2-year.
Joe's McFly, get Rothschild out of here. Rothschild.
Yeah, they got to change the pitching coach and the medical staff.
I don't know what to blame. I think a lot of this shit just kind of like I don't know. It's just I don't really know how to put.
It's just a couple things, man. It's just that I feel like he be trying to push a lot of shit on pitchers that is not going to work out. And it's not just one pitcher saying it; it's multiple pitchers that have worked with him. And it's like, yo, bro, like, nah, man, like, I don't know. It's just a couple things, man, that they can't fix. And I understand it's all about habit, but there's a few things that have prolonged throughout the season that they don't pick up until like it's mad late. I just feel like they need a new voice for the pitching staff.
Well, let's see. It's not going to happen now.
No, it's not going to happen. Obviously, it's not going to happen right now. It's definitely. I mean, one of the first things you're probably going to hear is like, yeah, if it happens, it's like, yeah, Larry Rothschild was relieved of his duties.
Designated for assignment.
On the IL. Motherfucker. The whole pitching staff on the IL because of that motherfucker. I'm just playing.
Designated for assignment. But yeah, guys, and let us know how you feel. I got to put this podcast up.
Yeah, buddy.
I think we finished at 1 hour, 2 minutes. 1 hour, 3 minutes. 1 hour, 2 minutes. Promote the AAA pitching coach.
Yeah. Seriously, because he's the one that's fixing. He's the one that's fixing them. Bueno, Joe, I'm gonna go. I is gonna go.
All right, guys.
Pinstripe Strong Army. We love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting.
Yeah, we'll be doing a different platform. We'll be doing a different platform and all that stuff. And pretty soon. Look out for the podcast. I hope you guys actually do listen to the podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Pinstripe Strong Podcast. Hello. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Yankees. Let's go. Yes. Dominican Mafia, septiembre. Yo creo que lo van a subir. I think they're going to bring up David Garcia in September. Well, let's see, guys. I always say, keep your pinstripes on, keep them strong. Yes, you guys sleep well, do well. Enjoy your day off tomorrow, and peace.
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 Sweet.
Peace.